Hello everyone, this is Shokora Zouheikyoku aka chocomint, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Re-Odyssey, Odysseus, Penelope and her ducks. In the last playthrough we had reached a little problem since our dad stopped us or vented us to, Penelope herself for a meeting with Odysseus because he is a dangerous person. Who, it might be true, but at least for now, he has been very nice to her, and they are friends after all. So I would love for them to continue to be together as friends, maybe something more. So now we will continue the story and see what will happen next. Hopefully the problem will be resolved and they'll be happy again. Maybe something more will happen. Who knows? Come, let's go. Not all protest. I'm going to protest. Let's go. Protest. But protest. Penelope still herself. Odysseus was her first friend. She couldn't stand how her father acted toward him. Father, you were rude to Odysseus. But we should apologize to him tomorrow.
Penelope.
He raised his voice, which made the girl freeze.
Just be a good girl and listen to your father. Do as I say. I'll get you wherever you want once we get home, so just behave yourself.
The man spoke sweetly, but the girl didn't feel comfort from his words. In fact, she felt the opposite, discomfort.
Good night, dear.
And with that, he shut the door. She may not have noticed it herself, but Penelope had held her breath until the man's footsteps had completely disappeared. I wonder how's Odysseus doing? How am I going to face him after that? Penelope chuckled at the duck's response. Thanks. Yes, I guess he'll brush it off like usual, huh? I do wonder why father was especially hostile toward him. Penelope sat by her bedside and sighed. I mean, even though I pressed protest, since Odysseus had been nice to Penelope the whole time, maybe there's something else. There should be a reputation about the king of Ithaca that makes things worrisome. So, maybe Odysseus could be very dangerous. I actually don't know the tale, so I can't tell you guys. So I really can't tell what was dangerous about Odysseus. So we'll uncover as we go, since maybe something changed, and this also loosely connected to the tale. So it is what it is. Penelope sat by her bedside and sighed. Earlier, she was just worrying about not seeing Odysseus again because they'll both have to go home eventually. But she didn't expect her father to find him the way he did and be opposed to seeing each other completely. He did always try to fend up men from coming near me. Somehow, things had gone from not that bad to actually bad. Even though she had older sisters, her father was especially protective of her. In the eyes of many, Penelope would be considered as Prince Icarius' favorite daughter. Just then, she heard a tapping sound coming from the window. Oh, why are you outside? One of the ducks was knocking on her window. Penelope got up to let the bird in. Down here. Below was Odysseus, waving at her. Odysseus! She gasped in a hushed voice. The man looked around, making sure that no one was nearby, and then started scaling the walls of her room. Is this like Romeo and Juliet scaling walls and marching into girls' room? Yes? Odysseus, what are you? Shh. Just keep quiet. He winked as he climbed up one of the building's pillars. Oh, Actually, that was easy. The man wiped an imaginary sweat off his forehead. What are you doing here? You'll get in trouble if they catch you. He just shrugged. I will always get in trouble. More importantly, I couldn't have just left you like that. You look like you were about to cry. I did? Yes. Odysseus nodded, holding out his hands to cup her cheeks. Ooh, romantic. Even right now, you look like you're about to cry. Now you look red as an apple. Is it on purpose? I feel this is on purpose. Just pick one. Do you want to be sweet or do you want to tease? How about both? Both is good. Well, I hope you feel better now. Thank you for coming over. It's nothing. If anything, I feel like I'm the one intruding here. And I apologize about my father. He can be oversensitive sometimes. Well, he was overbearing. But don't sweat it. Besides, it's not like I haven't heard about him. It's widely known that Prince Icarius dotes on his favorite daughter. I just didn't know that it was you out of your sisters. He said, playfully booping her nose with his finger. Penelope shoved his hand away. Favorite, right. Well, I've got to go before I end up getting busted and kicked out of here. Odysseus gave the girl a single gentle pat on the head. If I don't see you at the garden tomorrow, you better get this window ready again. At that comment, the girl burped up. Alright. There we go, the sunshine smile I wanted to see. Take care of her, guys. He added, addressing his words to the ducks. And with that, he climbed down from her window. Penelope watched from her room as he waved one last time before scurrying off. Tomorrow I have to figure out how to slip out. Only 3 ducks accompanied her today. 1, cradled in her arms. 2, drawing her from behind. We're almost to the garden. The duck was about to quack when Penelope gestured the bird to keep it down. Her ducks were usually the noisy lot, so Penelope was never particularly difficult to find. Where there were duck noise, the duck girl would be there. Oh hey, we meet again. A familiar male voice called out from behind. Oh, it's not Odysseus. That's too bad. Penelope turned around to see the tall man and his friend. Hello there. Penelope just smiled. If she wasn't mistaken, they were Odysseus' friends. Wait, does that mean them her friends too? Not sure. What was that saying? A friend of mine, a friend of a friend is a friend of mine too? Just let her dream. We haven't introduced ourselves, have we? Names are just this one's. He pointed to the black-haired man. Antiochus. I'm Penelope. His expression twisted to a grin. Hey, by any chance, do you know an Odysseus? Oh yes, I'm actually on my way to meet him. Antiochus' expression remained the same poker face, though his brows had noticeably curved. Then you must be the rumored duck girl who's received his attention. His attention? I thought it was a joke, but she really is followed by ducks. He mowed as he eyed her 3 ducky companions. So it's true? Man, I can't believe that guy. He really went up and switched his targets, huh? I mean, he never did seem interested when he came here. I can never understand what's going on in that guy's head. Penelope simply watched the two talk about Odysseus behind his back. This might be a good chance to ask others about Odysseus. Thomas asked. Excuse me. Immediately, they stopped talking and turned to the girl. Would you mind telling me about Odysseus? More about him. What is he like as a king? The two then looked at each other, then back at her. Huh? Yes, that explains why Penelope here even bothers with him. He doesn't know, Poor girl. She probably fell into his trap. He's a bigger scrum than I thought. Why would there suddenly be an omnibus? The two looked at her with pity. They were definitely a look of pity. Could you two elaborate? Oh, right. Do you know why the king of Ithaca sends shivers down people's spines? It does? Odysseus doesn't seem the type to send shivers. It's not because Ithaca is a big, strong region. In fact, Ithaca is just a small island over the sea somewhere. So they don't have many trade routes. As far the island is small, it's not really worth it to conduct business with them. Sounds like they have it hard there. Oh yes, they do. Ithaca isn't notorious for its strength or riches. Ithaca became notorious for its trickster king. Yep, I knew his face was suspicious and dangerous. Of course. Penelope blinked. Trickster king? I just nodded. Back then, many were against Odysseus taking over the throne since he was young. But one day, the opposition disappeared. It didn't help that Ithaca was a far-off island, so news about the happenings there took a while to travel to the other islands. By the time news spread, the stories had already been twisted, so no one could tell what really went on. Those who displayed Odysseus were said to just disappear. Nobody knows what he pulled, but he also managed to convince big merchants to conduct business with Ithaca. We'll try asking him, but he'll often dodge the question. That guy is careful even when he's drunk. I swear, everything he does is calculated. The Odysseus I know doesn't sound like that at all. He's honest, kind, and fun. He can be mean sometimes, but he means well. Who? Him? Honest? He sounded like he was holding back his laughter. He's one of the biggest liars we know. Antiochus added bluntly. He's also cranky and sarcastic. The only one I can probably agree with is that he's fun. He makes the most entertaining stories. He added in agreement. Looks like you're all having fun without me. Don't scare me like that, man. Didn't you say the other day that my eyes are scary? So fear me. Do you have ears everywhere? He muttered. I just happened to hear it. Yes, and I was there. He really did just happen to hear it. His two other friends just stared at each other uncomfortably. It's not like they knew that he really did just coincidentally hear it. But they seemed convinced that he might have had other means. Anyway, nice meeting you, Penelope. He held out his hand. And in turn, Penelope returned his handshake. It was nice knowing you too. Antiochus was next. Penelope also shook his hand as soon as she finished with Ajas. Let's drink tonight, Odysseus. He waited before leaving with Antiochus. Odysseus sighed. They didn't trouble you, did they? Not at all. Like I said before, they were nice. I'm glad you're making more friends. Well, I figure since they're your friends, then they're mine too? How could you be so cute? Well, wait, what? What's mine is yours, is it? I guess I don't mind if it's you. You can't take anything of mine. Oh my god, he's flirting game. Why is he suddenly so relentless? Let's just go. Okay, come here. He held out his hand to her. Just move on. Take his hand. Yes, hand hold it. Penelope pushed her lips and took up Odysseus' offer. His hands were large and warm. She could tell that he practiced weapons. Her father's hands had the same roughness to them. I'd like to see how he wields them. Does he use swords? Or perhaps he practiced archery? She thought to herself. All right, let's go, he exclaimed with a bright and cheerful voice. She couldn't help but smile. The girl stared at their linked hands. Nice, hand holding. Actually, I like to see him when he's working, or how he's like when he's with other friends. I like to see the other sides of him. I like him as a friend. Might have fallen for him. Yes. Time for the important choice. I might have fallen for him. Yes. I'm in love with him, aren't I? I've been meaning to ask, where are your other duckies? Usually you have about 10 of them trailing you. He said, watching the three waddle away into their own corner, as though giving the two some space. Huh? Oh, I left them back in my room. Are you feeling well? You're looking really red today. Yes, I'm fine. Uh-huh. Ooh. Nice. That's a lovely look on you, sir. You're extra handsome up close. He took her hand to pull her closer. The young man then placed a hand over her forehead. Too close. You're looking better by the minute. Maybe we should call it a day for now and help you rest. Maybe he's right. My thoughts are all jumbled right now. But I do want to spend more time with him. Up. Suddenly, Odysseus carried the girl in his arms. Nice. Bridal carry. Lovely. Extra romantic points. The three dogs who were off on their own must have heard the girl squeal, so they waddled back to the two. Don't worry, guys. I'm just taking her back to your place. But you agree? Actually, they told you to put me down. It's fine. He's just worried. She addressed the ducks. Well then, let's get you back. I hope no one sees us like this. There we go. Careful now. As soon as she set foot in her room, the dogs surrounded her like children greeting their mother. Yes, I'm back. I hope you all behave yourselves. She bent down and stroked each one of the dogs that approached her. Penelope then turned her attention back to Odysseus. Thank you for helping me up. Better than you getting into an accident climbing up there. I'll drop just by again tomorrow to pick you up. Oh, actually, maybe not tomorrow. I, would like to take the day off. Yes, that's it. Alright. I guess you don't exactly look well right now. She nodded a little too enthusiastically. He proceeded to ruffle her hair. Get that well-deserved rest. Next time, I'd like to hear about you. Me? I want to know more about you too, you know. Oh, well, there's nothing interesting about me. Really? A girl who can't understand duck language is not interesting. There's not much I can tell you about that. Stare. I promise I'll think of something.
Great. Looking forward to that. I guess, see you all the day after tomorrow?
Bye! Each bird said their goodbyes too. Odysseus gave one of the ducks a head bat before climbing back down. Penelope maintained a smile until he's really gone. And then she just collapsed on her bed. Children, what do I do? I think I'm in love with Odysseus. At one of the ducks replied, she quickly sat up on the bed. What? You knew? The bird replied as a matter of factly. It's obvious? But that can't be. I only fell in love today. The other one replied, unamused. What do you mean I fell in love at first sight? Well, they had a point. You look at him and you thought, what a handsome man! Isn't that just love at first sight? First in my eyes? That's why you all urged me to talk to him. Have you been playing matchmaker all along? They play as her literal wingmen. I mean, they have wings, so wingmen. I can't believe the duck figured it out before I did. She flopped backward and buried her face on the bed, and then screamed into her heart's content. After a short moment of wallowing in self-induced despair, the girl started up an important meeting with her ducks. So, I'm in love. What now? There's no way Odysseus would like me back. Huh? Tell me what? Ouch! Suddenly, one of the ducks slapped her with its wing. Yes, you're right. Once Helen chooses a suitor, it might be unlikely for us to see each other again. And I could regret this forever. But what do I do? Excuse me? Find his weakness?
Weakness?
Knowing your enemy is the first rule in love and war?
That's true. That's debatable. That's debatable, duckies.
No pain, no gain? Reasonable? Sounds foul?
Sounds foul, yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't sound right to invade his privacy like that. So, what do I do?
Give it up. Lay it on him. Lay it. Let's go.
I'll tell him how I feel. You'll be right behind me. Thank you, everyone. I love you. Odysseus immediately looked up.
That blushing is a good sign. A good sign. Yes.
That morning, Penelope had sent one of her ducks to Odysseus with a letter, telling him to meet at the garden. Now, here we are. Yes, just like that. Straightforward and earnest. I said I love you. I think I have fallen in love with you. Because I know I'll regret it if I... Suddenly, he threw his arms around her.
Yes.
Yes.
How are you able to always make me this happy? I thought I had no chance.
What?
I couldn't make a read of you. You seem so happy to have friends, so I thought it would be fun to stay that way. I didn't want to ruin it for you.
Odysseus. It's funny. I thought the same. I thought I had no chance with you, and that you only saw me as a friend.
Odysseus then finally let her go. Well, birds of a feather. I suppose. So, what now?
I talked to your father to arrange our engagement, I guess.
Oh dear, right. There's no way he will approve of this. Especially when I've been disobeying him. He did ask her to stop meeting with Odysseus, which was exactly what she's doing now.
Don't worry, I'll take care of it.
Penelope looked up. You would?
I've got this. You have nothing to worry about. So, don't cry. You cry easily, huh?
It's not my fault. My mother was a water nymph, so I can't help it.
Oh, is that how it works?
I think.
Is that why you can talk to ducks too?
Cue in the duck drumming from the background. They said Penelope is Penelope, so she can talk to ducks. I'm hardly the only child of a water nymph, so...
Then I guess we'll leave it at that. Either way, I'm glad to learn something new about you.
Oh, right. I did promise to talk about myself to him.
There's just something we have to agree on though. I'd like to bring you home to Ataka.
Huh? You don't want to stay here?
In this time, it was more common for the man to move in with a woman, rather than the other way around. And in turn, the man will inherit the throne from his wife's father. Odysseus was tactically relinquishing his right to the Spartan throne. Well, I'd like to make you queen of Ithaca instead. I only have a sister, and my father was already retired, so I'd like to continue being the king. I hope you understand. I know I might be asking a lot, since it would mean that you would be away from your family and friends. Oh wait, you don't have the ladder.
It's fine. Penelope pouted, but she answered almost immediately, ignoring the extra comment. I'm actually not close to my father or siblings. Besides, I'll help you.
Well, if you say so.
Oh?
I wouldn't have thought though. I mean, your father is quite attached with you.
Well, this and that.
I guess that's a story for another time then. Either way, you have no idea how happy I am right now.
Not happier than I am.
Okay, fine, you win. You always be the winner in my book.
And thus,
Odysseus was granted Prince Icarius' approval to marry Penelope. Together, they lived happily ever after. The end. As if it were that easy. Absolutely not. The towering man roared. You're not even giving me a chance? You alone are enough trouble, but you wish to bring her to Ataka as well. That is out of the question. As he had promised Penelope, Odysseus tried to negotiate with her father for her hand. But it obviously wasn't going well. That's not fair. He huffed. Didn't you at least challenge her other suitors? I'm willing to take that bet as well. No means no. Give it up, Odysseus. I'm not giving you my daughter. But she wants this. We love each other. He spoke in all seriousness. Bah. He waved his hand dismissively. That poor child is naive. She knows nothing of the word. I'm only doing what's best for her. Then, why don't you tell her that? Tell her why we're a terrible match. Tell her all the lies I'll pour on her. Make her reevaluate her decision if you can. I'm willing to wait, no matter how long. And if she doesn't change her mind after that? No means no. Just keep her up. This ends our negotiation. Without letting Odysseus have another word in, the man turned around and left.
I didn't expect much, but man, what a shitey old man. Why someone like that Penelope's father? He's just pushing on what he wants. I mean, sure, Ithaca is a backwater province. We have goats and sheep walking around our palace. But Penelope wouldn't mind, right? Right? You agree, don't you? The bird flapped his wings. I have no idea what you're saying. He laughed to himself. Now then, I don't want to disappoint her. And I'm sure that shy old man is not gonna say a word to her. That or he'll tell her that I'm dubbing her or some shite like that. The dog patted him on the leg. I'm guessing you're consoling me. Thanks, buddy. Now then, I have a job for you. He bent down to the dog's level. It had been 2 days since Penelope had seen Odysseus. The girl hadn't left her room since then. If anything, she was just hoping for any form of news from him, which was why she had left one of her dogs with him. I'm nervous. I wonder if he managed to convince father. You're right, I should trust in him, she said to herself. But knowing father, he will likely do that, won't he? It's not the first time I've had a suitor. Not that I've ever actually met any of them. But I heard that a number of men had come for my hand in marriage before, and father refused them all. A weird duck girl she may be. Penelope was still a daughter of a king, so it was no wonder that there were still those who would flock on her by challenging them to a foot race. You believe that Odysseus can win? Yes. I hope he can pull through. Just then, a dog came through her window. Really? He did it? That's what he told you to say. What does that mean? The dog shrugged. He said to just trust in him. So this should be a good pause for the playthrough for now. It's kind of exciting and heart-stopping since there's a lot of things to be solved regarding their own marriage to Penelope's marriage to Odysseus. But the thing is, a good thing is that they actually confessed their feelings to each other. And now just the problem of making Penelope's father allow them to marry and be happy together. That is. The journey to their happily ever after is filled with hardships, but I do hope that they will be happy together. I do love a lovely couples, especially with their little flirting and conscious lovey-doveyness and so on. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next playthrough of Re-Odyssey, Odysseus, Penelope, and her dog. Bye bye!